Hey, 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 how's it going? Today we're going to be having this juicy conversation. Yes, we are going to be talking about does your business, that's right, does your business have the right financial team? Yes, I am going live with a colleague of mine. Hey, Nora, how are you? I Let me make sure. Hey, Rudy. Okay, I think I'm good, but it looked like I was frozen there for a moment. But we're going to be talking about what does it look like when you don't have the right financial team in place. So I am going to wait until I know she's in the room. Marjorie, you could come on in if you want. Just come on in. All you got to do is there's a little button that says ask or invite yourself, and I'll go ahead and invite you. So let's go on in, come on in, and let's have this conversation. So guys, before she comes in, let me go ahead because some of you are probably watching this live for the very first time. Of course, I work with 6 and 7 figure CEOs to help them truly streamline their organization, understand where the numbers are coming from, understand how, if they're losing money, how they can prevent those instances from occurring. Hey, Marjorie, how are you?
Hi,
Good,
I'm good.
good.
How are
Just
you,
doing a
Dr.
brief
Cozette?
introduction on myself real quick. But yes, you guys. So listen, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about who I am, what I do, and how I serve clients. How I give value back to the community. How I give value to clients. Help them from being audited by the Internal Revenue Service, as well as working with others in the communities who are CPAs, enrolled agents, tax professionals, to help them grow, scale, and leverage in their organization. So, Marjorie, thank you so much for joining us today. I know that you could have been doing a number of different things on this holiday week, but you decided to come on in the house when most of us are like getting ready for tax season. We are sending out those final notices to our business clients saying, hey, we need to get your 1099 information as soon as possible. Let's make sure that the books are closed. Let's make sure that everything is coded correctly. All that stuff that we are doing this week, in addition to sending notices out to our tax clients. So for our business people, we're going to have a conversation with you. But Marjorie, why don't you go ahead, officially tell the people who you are, what you do, how you serve, and we're going to jump into this juicy conversation.
Awesome, awesome. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Dr. Cozette, for having me. My name is Marjorie McPike. I am a certified accountant. I am based in Southern California, like Dr. Cozette. I'm actually further south. You're in the LA area. I'm in the Inland Empire, down by Temecula Valley. And I have been in public accounting for, gosh, 18 years. And over the past, so during the pandemic, I always say so many people were making money, right? So many people were making money. Everything is on the internet, and I'm sitting at home working for a corporate and then also watching Instagram every once in a while. And I just felt that there was a need for education, a need to help out the small business owners and just help them to understand what's going to happen with their taxes. So that's when I went out on my own, started my business, and that's what I do. I I like to help small business owners understand their taxes. I want them to help them to run their business like a business and to keep more of their money in their pocket instead of giving it all to Uncle
That's
Sam when it
that's
comes to the
awesome. So
taxes.
we have a lot in similarities. Like we're both in California. We both spent that time in corporate
Mhm.
America, and I think for any one that's truly spent some time in corporate America, and I can say that honestly for myself, we actually appreciate the fact that we spent that time in corporate America, but we understand truly the operational side of growing a business. We understand the human resource side, the finance side, the marketing side, the sales, the contracts, the manufacturing, the IT. We understand all aspects of really growing the business. And so when it comes to helping our business owners, I will say, at least for myself, I feel like I have a leg above a lot of my colleagues who did not spend the time in corporate or who did not spend time in public accounting. So I honor you. I know we're on the same path, the same wave, and I so appreciate this conversation. I reached out to you originally because I wanted to have just this thriving conversation. But as you and I continue to talk, I don't know, you said something, I said something, or I probably had gotten off alive. And guys, we had this conversation about why is it that business owners do not invest in themselves? Why is it that they're lacking? And when we say lacking, we're talking about the financial aspect of things, the financial team. You know, when I think about a business having a team, it's not just us. We have our attorneys, we have other people that are on our team, but why do you guys feel that we are the last ones to be a part of the team? We save you.
Right.
We prevent you from getting locked up with the IRS for doing all those shenanigans stuff. But we also help drive those numbers. So that's the conversation that I want to have with you. Like, what do you see, being that you are a subject matter expert, an industry expert here in California? What are some of the things that you see, and why do you believe, Marjorie, that so many of our clients and others, business owners, feel that they don't need to invest in their business?
That is a very good question. And if I could, before I answer the question, can I just give a shout out to all my friends from Todd Capital Mastermind?
Yes, go ahead.
I see them in the
live. Thank you guys for joining us.
I saw Michelle, Coach Michelle. I saw the real Todd Billion. I actually saw Erica's Classy Climb on here, so that's cool. So thank you guys all for joining. What I wanted to, so people, what we find is that individuals are good at making money. You know, we have a very good work ethic. We have a creative mind, and we just go out and we start doing things. But then we don't think about, or business owners don't think about the effects of the money that they're making, or how they can be doing something different, or just the value of knowing their numbers, how knowing their numbers can empower them, right? And that's what I find so much. Like, I have people that have reached out to me, and it's like, you know, they've been running their business, you know, they've made over 6 figures, right? But they don't have good accounting records to support it, or they haven't filed a tax return. And it's like, it's not scary. You have to, knowing your numbers empowers you, right? It gives you the wisdom to make better financial decisions. It helps you to know if you're spending too much money on a certain item in a certain area, where if you need to raise prices, right? You can, if your revenue is lower than your expenses, like, hey, maybe I'm not charging for my services. So knowing your numbers is empowering, but people don't take the time to do it, and they don't find the value in having an accounting professional on their team. And it's not just about crunching the numbers. It's about giving you the information that's going to help you to grow your business, to scale your business, to plan, you know, to make those tax planning or tax strategy changes, you know, before the end of the year. You know, we're doing tax planning right now. You know, you talked about it. We're sending out notices. I got an email from someone today that's like, okay, you have between now and the 31st to get this tax plan, right? But it shouldn't be the last 3 days of the year that you're doing. You should know back in September, maybe June, kind of what things are going, and start making plans as far as what you can do between June and the end of the year in order to save money on taxes. You know, and that time to do it ahead of time, it gives you so much more, it's not so rushed.
It's about being proactive rather than reactive. And one thing that I want to share is that looking at financials are great, because when we're looking at financials, that's what has happened in the past. That will allow us to project where we need to drive, where we need to go. It's like putting a GPS in the car. When we get in the car and we're going across We want to go to Delaware. We want to head over to Delaware. I have no idea how to get to Delaware. So I have to rely on that navigation to help me get through all the roads. I don't even know where to start. Get on the 101, the 405. I don't know where it's going to lead me, but I need a navigation that's going to guide me to the right destination in which I want to go. So looking at those financials are great. But by hiring someone and investing in someone, that's allowing us to look into the future. Right now, in all honesty, you guys, in all honesty, most of you are probably wondering what's going to happen in Q1 of 2023 and Q2 of 2023. When in reality, you should be looking at the later part of 2023 and thinking about what are you going to be doing in 2024 and beyond. But because you do not have a team that can allow you to think that far, you're failing. You don't know if your freight cost is too high. You don't know if you're paying too much in wages, in overtime. You may have an idea, but you really don't know. You don't know if your rates are where they should be based on your competition, so on and so forth. So, yeah.
And you know, I've learned that a lot. Being a business owner, it's like, you know, as an employee, you do a portion of the business. You go to work, you do your clients, and you go on about your business, right? But as a business owner, you have to look at all of those things. So things that I'm telling other business owners are things that I'm having to take into consideration myself. It's like, what do I want my Q2, Q3? What do I want my 2023 revenue to look like? And what am I going to do in order to get it? Right.
Go ahead.
And what? Right. Being proactive. And that's what it's all about, being proactive. You know, and then, you know, you mentioned the team. It's like, it's not just, you know, the accountant, it's the attorney, it's the, you know, financial planner. It's all of those people that should be on your team that are helping you to run and to build your business.
I have clients that will call me just early in the week and say, can we get on the phone with the attorney on Friday? Can we get on the phone with my financial advisor? Or can me, the financial advisor, and you get on the phone and let's figure out how we are going to handle something. So listen, guys, investing in yourself is critical. Investing in yourself, whether it's for the business or personal development. That personal development means that you are growing the business because you're taking what you learn personally and you are applying it in the business. You're also seen as the leader in the organization, and your employees or your virtual assistants, whomever, they look to you for the guidance. They look to you for that leadership. So it does make a statement in a lot of different ways. So what we're basically saying is, if you don't have a line item for 2023 in your budget, make sure you put a line item, or make sure you account or budget for, set aside some money for tax planning, your financial team, a CPA, an accountant, someone that is not just a numbers cruncher. And I will, sorry if I offend anybody on the thread, on the stream here, but if you're just a numbers cruncher and that's what you need, then you can find a lot of different number crunchers. But if you're looking for someone to really help you grow and next level, then you really need someone who's gonna look at the numbers beyond just the historical, beyond what happened for the month of December. Put all the invoices in, code them to travel, code them to meals, code them to rent. That's fine. You want to know where the money is going, but you need to look beyond December, beyond January.
Yes. And you also need to look at, but it's the relationship. You know what I mean? It's like you want someone that is going to care about you and your business, you know, and not just look at it as I'm just doing my job, or I'm just inputting the information that you're giving me, right? You want somebody looking at it and helping you to be strategic, and that they have that care and that passion, you know. And that's one of the things that I think kind of, that I like to say sets me apart, is like, I want to see people win. I want to see business owners win. So it's a passion for me. It's not just the numbers. It's like, you can do numbers. It's a passion. It's like, I have people that call me on my cell phone, send me text messages all the time. And, you know, and it's not always a chargeable thing. It's just because I want you to win, and I want to that information. So when you're looking to grow and you're looking to have people on your team, make sure that you have that relationship with them and realize that it's an investment and it's not something that you may not see the ROI on it right. You know, it's like you're not going to just, you know, pay for your services and get, you know, an immediate return, but it's the time, it's the build up, it's the better clarity for your records, it's the proactive ability to tax plan
Right.
and have a tax strategy.
You
So,
hit some things, and that's one of the reasons, another one of the reasons why I left corporate America. Corporate America is strictly working for that organization. You're helping them. The passion was truly inside of me, you guys. The fire was inside of me. Like, I know the value that I can add to so many small businesses out there that are hurting, that are really hurting, that are not knowledgeable, and they need the attention. They want the attention, where the big corporations that I used to work for, it was all about a whole nother thing. And so I had to go where my passion was, where I knew that I was needed.
right.
And there are so many of us small business owners that really need the guidance of a great financial advisor, someone that really can help guide them and grow. It's growing, you guys. We want to make sure that your entity is correct. We want to make sure that if you're an S corporation, you have that reasonable compensation and you're doing it according to the law to prevent you from getting in trouble. Okay. So, you know, some of the reasons why individuals don't invest in themselves, and I just wrote down a few things before our session today, is they don't see the ROI, return on their investment. I would like to just give an example of return on investment. I did have a client that she did not realize that she was really undercharging with her rates. And this is a live example, a true example. She signed on with me in September. And just from September until now, when we spoke a week and a half ago, she told me that her revenue, and she's a small business owner, had increased about $250,000 alone. But it's small things, you all. When you work with an expert, we can look at your pricing. We can look at your profit margins. Are your profit margins in alignment with where you desire to grow? Are they in alignment with your competition? If they're not, then small tweaks, you all, small tweaks can make a huge, significant difference. Not in just your revenue, you all. There's a difference between our revenue and that net income. We are always looking at the net. Well, we look at a number of things, but we look at that net income. We're interested in seeing that growth. Revenue is great, but if the revenue is increasing and your overhead expenses are increasing, then you're not going to see a significant increase in the bottom line, the net income. Okay. Another thing they don't realize that, and I said this already, when they grow and invest in themselves, it's not just in themselves, it's in the business. And, you know, you guys, I don't want you guys to think that money should prohibit you from investing in you. Okay. We said a few seconds ago, there are individuals who do transactional work. They can take you on as a client. But if you're looking for someone that's going to help you grow, I'm just going to be honest. You need to look at experts such as a CPA or an accountant who has years of experience. Someone that is a bookkeeper, and don't get me wrong, anybody, you can put all you want in a thread, but the bookkeeper is probably not going to take a deep dive and help you with those KPIs. Look at the analytical side of things, the forecasting. Okay. Any other tips you want to share, Marjorie?
You know, you talked about the transactional part of it, and I agree that you need to have a professional, or, you know, you want someone that's going to look at the bigger picture, but don't put off the transaction part, right? So even if you can't afford, you know, at this time to have that consistent, you know, maybe it's a CFO or the overarching, you know, services on a consistent basis that may be a higher ticket, still invest in tracking your transactions, tracking your income expenses, because that even so much as preparing your tax return better. You know, it's going to give you a clearer picture. It's going to make it easier for you to know. And then you grow to the next level, right? It's all about growing and scaling, but at least you have something to work with. instead of nothing. And then that even makes it easier when you go to speak to a professional, because it's easier for someone to say, hey, I have my book here, but I need a tax plan. Instead of saying, oh, I don't have anything at all.
Right.
How can you help?
And one thing
right?
about that, as she just said, the IRS doesn't state, or here is what the IRS states, that you need to maintain good records. Maintaining good records, you all, does not necessarily mean that it's in an Excel spread. That it's in QuickBooks. It can be on an Excel spreadsheet. For the IRS purposes, it could be on the back of a napkin. It just means good, accurate records, making sure that you are tracking and reporting all of the taxable income and writing off those deductions. So the transactional items, they matter. Let's say they do matter. We want you to track. We want you to, let's just be honest, like the bookkeeper, their rates are probably more in alignment with someone who's new. I just got off a call today. He said, oh, I'm going to get the website up and I'm going to do some other things, and then I'll think about the accounting. My advice to him was, whatever you do, if you feel that if you can't afford it, I want you to think about what can happen if you were audited. Then can you afford the audit? In the meantime, make sure you are tracking things on an Excel spreadsheet. Make sure you are keeping track of all of your income separately. Do not commingle it together. Do not, because once you guys commingle, and you've heard us say this, once you put that money in the business, in the personal account, you're opening the doors for the Internal Revenue Service to come on in and say, knock, 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 I need information on your personal account as well. Okay, so we mean what we say. We're not just telling you guys, okay?
Keep it separate. Keep it separate. Yes.
So any more words, any final words you would like to share with the audience as we have all this time?
I have all these thoughts, and then it's like I start going. Just be proactive. Run your business like a business. That's something that I always say. Run your business like a business. And if you're doing that, and if you're seeking out the right, the right professionals, that they're going to advise you of the tax strategy. So you don't have to try to finagle the government. You're going to get the correct information, and you're going to be able to do things correctly. Right. So I said something in a meeting one time, and it's like, quit trying to run the play and just run your business. Right. If you do what you're supposed to be doing, all of those other things will come into play. And you want to be clear of the IRS. You want to make sure that your business, it looks like a business, it functions like a business. And the other thing that you want to be mixing it, because people they form the entities because they want the liability protection, but then they don't do the other things to keep it separate. So run your business like a business. If Donald Trump was doing some of the things that entrepreneurs do, he would be all over his case.
It sure would. So listen, guys, I want to give you guys the opportunity to follow Marjorie in the event that you are new to my page, and or maybe I have Marjorie's followers. Make sure you follow myself. Make sure you follow Marjorie. We are both here in Southern California. As we stated, she's on one part of the state, I'm on the other part of the state, but we are here, top experts, growing our business. And our main goal, you guys, is to really help our business owners grow their organization, make sure that they are following the guidelines as outlined by the Internal Revenue Service, as well as GAAP. I'm going to throw that out there. You guys are probably wondering what that is. Just ask us later. Generally accepted accounting principles, okay? But we're just making sure that you guys are doing what you are supposed to, and making sure that you take the time, interview individuals, and put together your business financial team. Okay, it's not just us, a financial planner, a CPA accountant. You want to have your legal team. There's other individuals who you should have someone that you can pick up the phone to for your human resource side. If you have employees and or VAs, you do want that person on your team as well. So make sure you follow us. Anything going on in that they need to be aware of with you, Marjorie? I don't know, we all have tax season coming up, but anything, any events, anything you want to share?
I don't have any events coming up right now. I am just working through the end of the year. So once I get into January, I'll start doing some different things. I do have my community on Facebook that I'm going to work on making more active in 2023. But feel free to reach out to me. I have courses available, about understanding your taxes. I'm available if you have questions, but I just want to be a resource, and help people to, grow their businesses, understand and realize that having a good accountant on their team is valuable. We are valuable. People don't take it. People don't realize it, but there's value in having a CPA on
So
your team.
real quick, guys, I just want to make this huge announcement. We just dropped our book today. We dropped our promotional side of the book, Tax Strategies for Small Business Owners. We'll be releasing the book the second week of January. And just stay tuned. I'll be dropping information all about our virtual summit that we are having the second week of January. Want to make sure if you are a business owner, you join us on that summit. That will be a great opportunity for you to learn about the various entities, to learn about S Corp, reasonable compensation, what to do if you have a kid, how do you hire a kid, how do you track those things, what to do if the Internal Revenue Service or any state agency drops a letter in your mailbox. How do you handle it? Who do you call? What are your rights as a taxpayer? A lot of other things, retirement that we're talking about, some of the retirement planning that you can take advantage of as a business owner, and much, much more. So just stay tuned. Follow me if you're not following me. I'll be dropping all the information. And also, Thrive Live, our conference in May. Make sure you just click the link above to get all the details on Thrive Live. Just to let you know, pre-sale tickets go off. Sale December 31st. They go to regular full price on January 1st. The event is here in Los Angeles, California. It is designed specifically for my tax attorneys, my tax professionals, my enrolled agents, and of course, my certified public accountants, CPAs as we call them. And we'd love to have you in the house. So follow myself, Cozette M. White, right here. I'm on Cozette M. White on all social media outlets. I'm on YouTube, you guys, as Dr. Cozette M. White. And of course, Marjorie is under M. There you go. MLM CPA. I was about to say MCM, but MLM CPA.
High level marketing.
There you go. So
MLM CPA.
I want to thank you so much, Marjorie. Have yourself a beautiful day. You guys have a happy new year. If I don't hop on this live between now, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I will be on live tomorrow. But seriously, you guys have a happy new year, safe new year going into 2023. And again, thank you so much, Marjorie.
You're welcome.
Right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Happy New Year. Bye.